Hello there, welcome back to my channel. It's Ira, Meditative Scrapbooking, and today I'm going to show you, I'm still working on my field notes journal. So far I've made 5 signatures. Only the first is fully loaded with decorations and pockets and stuff and different stenciling and so on. The rest are just there are some details. I will show them in the final review, but as I promised, some of them are non-decorated. But as I promised, I would like to show today one more signature for this particular journal. This signature is going to be missing the initial library card, like this, or library book or register, whatsoever you call it. I will be using this time, I mean like this, right? This time I will be using the envelopes, again from Craspire. The envelopes that and the paper collection from them as well. They will work as a cover. I have 4 beautiful illustrations left. The rest of the line have already been used for these signatures, as I use them mostly for the covers because they match well. So these 2 envelopes are a little bit too big, like they are bigger, just literally bigger. So what I decided to do, it's not much, and so I will just simply cut off the excess and then glue everything down. Let's compare and see whether I need to do it or not. Or maybe, well, in fact, it's just half a centimeter probably on each side, even like 3 millimeters on each side. And because I need them to match, I'll do that for both of them together, and I will need my cutting machine. So as you know, my work desk is very busy and cluttered, and all the surrounding space is taken with my weaving projects, my stitching projects, and especially my paper projects. So if you hear some noise or some things falling down, just don't pay attention. It means something just is looking for another space. And a little bit here, I'm still thinking about the rearrangement of my storage place, and it's tough when you have very small space, in fact, and lots of stuff to push into it. It's always kind of a challenge, but anyway, I believe most of you know it, can relate. Yeah. So let's see what we get. Definitely not perfect, and I see it, even I see it, that this side is a little bit different, but or maybe it's just my poor eyes and I just don't understand the difference. Generally, let's see, does it stick? Oh yes, a little bit. Oh no, oh yes, I think I can fix it with the scissors. These are very old, very old scissors. My husband bought some just pack of them when old storage space probably was sold out, or some warehouse was selling out, and they sold these scissors, and they are just perfect. Like, they are old, very high quality steel. Well, coming back to that, when I'm doing the voiceover and speaking at the same time, I need to get used to this process, not to get distracted by different ideas and things. So what we will do next, first of all, I actually wouldn't like it to keep, well, I would, sorry, that's going to be the inside. That's an old storybook for children, as you see. It was very loved and well read. It's from 1991. It has nice pictures. Definitely the pictures don't match the style of the journal, but when I was looking through my stash of such books, I haven't managed to find anything as nice as these illustrations. And so I decided to put it inside just as kind of a treat. So I will mostly match it with this insert. But to close, so the closure is going to be the same. I have already made such a thing some time ago. I showed it in envelope wrap. That's going to be like that. That's going to be the closure with the bride and everything. But this time I'm going to use this as a spine, this side as a spine. And that's why, let me see how it matches. That's why, well, actually, if I don't add anything else inside, and I still want to, because it looks too thin comparing with that, and moreover, I have so much stuff to add, I think I will add something. Let's see. If you hear some background noise, it's a huge storm we are living through now. So the trees are literally, we have two huge trees just in front of our balcony window, and the trees are rubbing, actually. The branches are knocking and rubbing against the window, and I'm a little bit worried about not getting into a catastrophe, but I hope everything will be okay. So you can hear the noise probably. If you hear some cracking noise, that means, and me disappearing, it means I have to run and fix the issues. Yeah, if I want to add something inside, and if you want to add something inside, we'll have to move this piece a little bit further, which means I have to rescore. Let's move it like that, just a centimeter or something. So we're going to be doing the envelope cover for the signature, or a signature in an envelope. So let's see. Well, when we move it and score it and move it this way, we get a bigger flap here, a bigger space here to add some decorative pieces. But now it might be a little bit too wide. Yes, I think now I will make this flap smaller. Okay, let's see. Okay, it should be good enough. Is it better? I think yes. Oh no, it's still, well, half of this will go. Actually, sorry, I was a little bit distracted. So half of this score line. So the idea is that you need to match this front part of your envelope just the size of the front cover. it shouldn't be too big, it shouldn't be too small, like a scoring and unscoring. What if I change it for this? No, it's gonna be then this part will be too. Okay, maybe I need to score it twice as little again. So it's all about matching. Oh, I completely forgot about the names. I just don't want to show. Okay, let's do it this way then. Now everything is closed. In fact, most of the owners of these users of these magazines are have already passed away, because these are really old, and so nothing can hurt them. But anyway, I'll try to avoid as much as possible. So I think that'll do. And to have even more space for inserting something, I will cut off this part. Et voilà. Yes, et voilà. And we get it done. So which means that this will be glued here, and also it needs to be, on the one hand, I want this part to be a little bit, oh, the wind is strong, like that. Let me see. If I cut off, I think I will do it in a different way and need a little bit. First of all, let's check. You see, it doesn't now close well enough, because now that side is a little bit too small. So it will be okay if I fold it a little bit. So thus I'll make the back cover wider, and at the same time this flap of the envelope and the space to insert wider as well. Well, I mean, the flap is narrower, but the space is wider. Let's check again. And I need to fix the score line. It's all about, it's like constructing game. Let's see. I believe it's okay. Yes, it's pretty perfect. If because this insert will be pretty thin, I think we need another scoring line here, so that this envelope, this flap, is not just flat, but it should have some dimension. We can score it with the scoring board, but I don't have it at hand. It's somewhere in my cluttered space, and I don't have the guts to start looking for it, because then I will never be able to finish it today. I mean, this process video. Let's do it this way, probably. Okay, does it work well? Yeah, it's not necessary to make it but I think it will give it a more neat look. So now, what we need now is just to glue the sides. By the way, you can leave them unglued, or loose, as they say, and glue them only on one side, just to make this type of insert. Maybe I'll do it. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Like, I won't glue it here. I will glue it only here, so it will be used as kind of a side pocket. Yes, let's do it. As easy as that. Just again, remember that the edges should be carefully glued, especially the edges of the pockets and the corners as well, because the corners usually suffer the most when you put stuff in and out, in and out. Yes, this way. And the same for this. So we'll have a bigger pocket. It will be easier to access it, not just from the side, but also from the top. It will be just easier to use it. Now the simple part, glue 1 to 1. Let's match again. Let's check again that everything works well. Yes, works everything just as I want it to work. And I think I will also maybe we'll add more pages to this. And now we just glue this flap. I actually like this construction. I have tons of envelopes, and that's a very nice way of using them, especially when they match in size with some other material I have. It's really nice. And this kind of piece can be prolonged, like you can add more and more and more and then just fold them over. Just don't forget to measure the size, because they will have to be adjusted to each other. So that's generally it. That's going to be the spine. If the spine looks a little bit too brittle, you can strengthen it with washi probably, but washi is not my favorite type of strengthening things. You can use some textile washi. I'll leave it as is because I'm not gonna work with it too much. Like, my spine is not supposed to be affected much, and it will also be strengthened by the cover of this book, which is also pretty heavy. So let's see what we will add to this signature. You know what? I decided to cover mostly the front part of this of these books, but leave the inside, because the inside usually has the dates, or it has some kind of history. But let's pick some piece, or some that is more okay, which is like, let's say, more historical, let's say, like has more notes inside. Let's see what we have here. Almost a clean one. So this guy didn't like reading. Yeah, it's a guy, as I see. This one is thick. Oh no, it's just two of them. This one, let's find something thick where people really read a lot. This looks thick, you see? Oh yes. Oh wow, wow, wow. I have a couple of record books that are like green, and I believe this is perfect. Like, you see, amazing, so nice. Okay, let's close it. It's green, it's yellow, it's everything. What if I do it this way? Well, even this way, I think may be okay. Like if I put book in a book. So let's see how it will match. Just the main, yeah. So the size is okay. I think I'll do it this way. Like, I will cover the the top side of these notes with sorry, with this tiny book, not to show off the name or surname, personal data. And I will also do the same with the inside pages. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it this way, not to show the front, though I'm afraid I have just sometimes I keep forgetting about that, and these pages may flash. But I actually believe the viewers of my channel are very specific people who are not going to do any bad stuff. Yes. So, but anyway, I'm trying to avoid any type of well, let's see. Yeah, it's glued pretty well. Probably I'll add some stitching, just decorative stitching here. Thus, the back side of this booklet is closed, but I don't mind, in fact. So I will decorate the inside, but now let's decorate the upper part. First and foremost, it's gonna be done with. We need to distress, right? Yeah, distress the edges. In fact, if you have some illustrations which will be fixed and used fixed close to the margins, you don't need to do this preliminary stage, because actually if I, for example, let's see which picture I will use. I have this. I think this one will go. Yeah, this one I have picked it for the sake of the color to match these blues. No, it's bigger, so I believe that actually it's like what I meant is that you can distress the page together with something you have on it, and I think in this case it will also do. Yeah, like that. You see, you glue it and then you cover it together with the edges. Not to do the same thing twice, and then after all, this paper is not very easy to distress unless you put it against something, some background. You cannot distress it like you do it with heavyweight paper. So I wonder, I just say some stuff, it sounds like rubbish, and I wonder if anyone can tolerate that for long. But again, with all this, I do prefer doing everything, showing everything to music. It just happens faster somehow. But with all this property rights and proprietary rights, or with all this royalty free or not free music, which I simply can't make sense how it works or how it doesn't, and when it stops working, being royalty free, and becomes proprietary owned or private use or just restricted use only. So I think I will try to use my voice only. Say, yeah, this is the way we will do it. Just I want the edges of this to merge somehow. So, and then which page to use on this side? I'm actually thinking maybe I might want to add another. How many? 5, 4, yeah, 5, 6. Maybe. So let's cover the back side of the cover. Let's decorate it as well. Simple process, but you know, when everything is arranged, like all the signatures are in place, I will see and do some generalizing decoration. I mean, give this journal some unifying look, some features, probably some common decorative element. So I'm inking the edges. You can skip this part if you want it to be clean and neat. I want it to be distressed. So we have now two sides ready, and the flap and the inside knot. So I will start with distressing the edges first, and then decorating more. I will probably use a piece of decorative paper here. And yes, and I will show you how I'm gonna make the closure with a brad. These sides as well need to be distressed. Distressing the edges gives some kind of more finished look. First of all, it makes some details pop, like you can see them now against the common color of the background. They somehow are highlighted, and I like it very much when they are highlighted this way. And these edges, actually, this type of edges, distressed edges, they create definitely a worn look. And again, they can help assemble the whole journal. Like, even if it's different, you can, like, papers inside are different, some styles are different. It can help. So let's see what we can do. Yes, in fact, you can just cut a hole here and use it for this just as a closure. I don't like it. I prefer brads, a brad and a string. So I need to match where I will have the closure, and I want it to be this way. And I think how I'm doing that with the help of some soft padding and this big needle. And remember that we have something here, so what I will do, I will put this soft padding inside somewhere in the place it's going to be used, and then match everything probably perfectly as much as possible. Okay, let's do it closer and see where we need a hole for a brad. I believe yes, sorry, I'm just messing something up myself. Yeah, I need first of all one for this. Just let's try to measure it, and this kind of here I will have, let's see do it. Yes, I have some piece to show you. Okay, I usually use my circle punches for that. Let's see whether it works well with the color. No, it doesn't, but this one will work. So, and then this time it's time to finally make this closure. A little bit here, I think. Not too close to the edge, not too far. Finding the center is as hard for me, never, I always fail, as cutting the edge. I normally use, I double them, like I used, double of them, because just to give it more strengthen it up. So first of all, let's glue these two together. Like that. When it dries, I will distress the edges as well, and then fix it with a brad here. I have an assortment of brads, and we'll pick with you something. I believe I want some kind of a brass color. Yes, this one. So this will go for one, and probably I can find the same, probably not. I have different sizes, but this tiny journal doesn't need too big a size. Yes, there is something inside. Yeah, I think these two will go. And we already can fix the first, but first we need just to distress it. Again, just to unify it, somehow merge it into this journal. Okay, let's insert. Okay, maybe I moved it a little bit when I was gluing. So let's put a brad in, and we put it here. It's necessary to do it. Oh no, I am a little bit hurrying because I will need to now. I need to decorate this side of the flap, and then I will insert the brad and then decorate the back side to cover the sides of the parts of it. But now let's measure where I will put. I want to let's say insert this one as well. This time we need to measure first. I will use my pen to somehow spot place. Oh, it will be covering the picture, but this is it. This is unfortunately it. We can make it here. Not very convenient to use. I think here is better. It's gonna be better this way. So let's see. Let's make this hole. Not doing it too hard, because then I will just punch the second layer as well. Now gluing the two together. Distressing the edges. I hope if I do process videos regularly, I'll become more used to that and more arranged, more organized maybe. Like my stuff will become more arranged, well arranged around me. Tools and things. Okay, this time it's easier because you see the flap is opening on both sides. If it was opening only on one side, it would be more difficult, but still doable. So that's it. Good. It's not very like it doesn't mismatch the main background. So what I need to do now is to decorate the flap on both sides. So what I would like to use for it, well, let me see what I have. There's so much stuff, and when I need it, it's not always there. Well, as usual. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I was keeping this for such cases. I might use it for the flap and then cut off the excess. Maybe this way is better, because the width is just perfect. And then just cutting, probably I'll glue it this way and then cut off the edges. Let's just see which side. Maybe that's not good, but this black doesn't actually match well with the main theme. Let's see what we have here, because the idea is to match the backgrounds. And here we have some, you see, we have some pattern here. It's a little bit less bright than this, but if I mute this with distress ink, let's see, maybe it'll work, because I just want to try this idea out. I will cut off one edge a little bit, because I need it to be matching the size of this flap better. Now I will cover the flap with the glue. Let's again see how even it is. Well, asking the question how even, I always know the answer like uneven, but I always hope for the better. Okay, let's glue it. This time, as you see, I changed my mind just in the process, which means that I didn't have to distress the edges here. As long as I did, they are distressed. They will be beautifully inked under the layer of paper. And now you know that they are inked there as well. Let's squeeze the excess of the glue, if we have any, and match it with the score line. Yeah, it's okay. I think I need to give it some time to dry, not to move it. And it's time to decorate the insides. Well, I'm not sure. If I want to have another signature, because I really want this journal to be thick. If I want to add more signatures, oh, it doesn't matter, then I probably will have to keep this, but I'm not sure. It's gonna be thick enough, I think, because why worry? These are a little bit too big. I will have to cut them, but in fact I have something perfectly matching these pieces, right? But maybe just matching the main color of the book. Let's pick some of these are also Craspire collection pages. I will list you will find them if interested in the description below the video. Let's just pick the color which will match this book cover. I see this one. Yes, this one matches it nicely. Okay, and this side can be decorated as anything. Wow. Oh, I don't remember using this. And this is very nice because I just don't have to fit it. It's almost perfectly fitting. Maybe a little bit of cut trimming the back or the bottom side. Let's see how much. I mean, I believe this much will be enough. Let's cut it. Anyway, it doesn't match, and I realized that this book cover, I mean this one, doesn't match it at all, like in style, and but it matches a little bit in, first of all, in the color, and foremost, it matches with the concept of something vintage. This time I have already inked the edges, and I will ink the edges against the surface. Ira, sorry. I'm messing everything up, like not doing the right thing. Maybe because I'm afraid that my camera will go off while I'm in the middle, and it happened once, and I only managed to show you the final result with all this equipment. You never know. Okay, and let's see how much I need to cut off here. So that much. I will also distress this as well, just to do everything together and more systematically, if I might say. I wonder, do you manage to find any time now, any free time now in the summertime, especially those who have kitchen gardens or just gardens or your own houses or big families? Do you manage to find any time for crafting these days, or for any other hobby you enjoy? Because summer, especially end of summer, is always so busy for everyone lucky to have their own land or their own cottage or any type of property with land, because it's the harvest season, harvest time. If you have something to harvest, that's precious. Can you hear the wind? It's interesting. I will listen then. Oh my, I see the branches rubbing against the window. Frightening a bit. But I'm most afraid that if this tree destroys or breaks some window, the dwellers, because I live in a block of flats, some dwellers will require to cut it off, to fell this tree. And this tree is the only thing that makes me somehow satisfied with the place, with the city I live in, because it's just kind of a veil for me. It hides me from everything and everything from me. Like when I look into the window, through the window, I can pretend I'm in the countryside or in the forest even, because I see this tree with leaves, and it's amazing. It's a linden tree, by the way, and the second tree growing just near it is a birch tree, They are not very old. They are both about maybe 50, 60 years old. But anyway. Oh no, 50. No. 30 something. And that's why they're not very thick. And on the other hand, they are pretty flexible. And I have a hope they will not break down easily, because I'm afraid for them, really. I just window is window, but it can be fixed, restored, as long as nobody gets hurt. But the tree, if it's felled, it's a big 20-30 years before something replaces it. And that's why I'm so much against felling the trees in any way. If they are too endangering, okay, we can do something to fix it, to keep the branches, maybe cut the branches off. But they normally cut the whole tree, from what I can see here. Okay, I will have to add more here just to marry them with this page. And I know what I will do to connect somehow. I'll add some black framing to that, doodle framing. Remember, if some of you might have watched my previous videos, and I do use doodling. Just to create some specific effect of, I don't know what they call this, whimsical, yes, something like that. A little bit better, but not too much, because there is a thicker edge here. I will first of all highlight this, highlight these pieces. And yeah, by the way, I'm gonna use doodling all over, and I will draw the sketches of different plants, or do some lettering all over this journal. I decided that's gonna be one of the decorations. Teeny tiny sketches of different plants here and there, just to give more integrity to this. So I think it's better now. This frame is like continuing the frame from that, and maybe this, it needs more here. Now when it's distressed with this ink, the ink to me looks a little bit greasy. It's not that easy at all to draw with a ball pen. I'm not making it an even line, because, and thin one, because, you know, the frame I'm trying to marry it with is really thick. And posh. Oh, I think that'll do. Eclectic. What we need now is just a string. I usually use this paper string, waxed or waxed string, or just don't remember. Yes, and I'll start with this side, because I'm a right-handed person, and but if you are a left-handed person, you can just easily change the side of it. And okay, then cut off the excess, and then let's see how much we need. These closures are nice because you yeah, let's open it up a little bit. On the one hand, you can just do it this way, or you can do it in some more intricate way, elaborate one with these different directions. I need to make it a little bit pop up, yes, like this. It shouldn't be too long. Oh, what did I do wrong? I turned it twice. It shouldn't be too long. Let's say 1, 2 will be enough. And so I cut it off. That's all about this closure. The only thing I need now is to decorate this flip as well. This time, what am I gonna use this time? I have some leftovers of different pages, and it shouldn't match. Well, it can match anything, in fact. Oh yes, I used these Craspire papers for a notepad. I'll show you in the final review. I think I can use this for the flap. Yes, I think yes. Just glue it down. The brush shouldn't be fixed too tightly to the surface, because you need to add some space for the string between the surface of the paper and the upper top of this closure. Otherwise the string won't have the space to go inside. That usually makes it not easy to use. Okay. So we'll give it some time to dry, and then cut it off and distress the edges. And probably I also will use some washi on the top, just to match with, let's see which washi to use. I believe I had something to match. Yes, this will go perfectly well. While I'm waiting for it to dry, I think we can fix, to make it complete, we can fix the book here, the pages. I'm just not sure if that's it, or I would like to add some more. Let's see the thickness. Yeah, we can easily. Or no, I think I'd better add something in these inserts, like mini booklets or mini notepads, or another book like that, like tiny one like this.